All right, team, welcome to today's Explainer. I am so glad you're tuning in. Look, today we are stepping off the sales floor and diving straight into a practical coaching session. We've got to tackle the massive elephant in the room for real estate professionals right now: artificial intelligence. I mean, you've heard the noise, right? The panic, and frankly, a lot of misunderstanding about what this technology actually means for your daily livelihood. So we're going to break it all down. We'll strip away the hype and look at the hard facts. My goal today is to give you a clear, authoritative roadmap for how to handle this shift, directly inspired by some of the absolute top minds in tech. Let's jump right in. Okay, hit the brakes for a second. I want you to consider this massive number: 200. The context behind this is honestly pretty fascinating. Recently, the author of our source material tracked conversations they were having across the industry. Over 200 people explicitly told them the exact same thing: the realtor's job will be replaced by AI. 200 different conversations, all echoing the exact same existential dread. Look, if you felt that anxiety creeping in, I want to validate it right now. You are absolutely not alone. This fear is incredibly common. And, on the surface, it actually sounds pretty logical. Let's dive into exactly why it sounds so logical. Just think about your daily grind for a second. Writing listing descriptions, summarizing complex market data, generating follow-up emails and cold call scripts, creating comprehensive buyer guides, drafting detailed pricing narratives. AI can execute every single one of these daily, time-consuming real estate tasks in seconds. Literally, seconds. So the question naturally pops up: if an artificial intelligence can do all of these tasks practically instantly and essentially for free, why would the market still need you? Why do they need a real estate agent? It's a completely fair question, but as we're going to see, it's a question that entirely misses the deeper point of what you actually do for a living. To answer that question, we need a complete shift in our perspective. And for that, we look to what we're calling the Jensen Huang paradigm shift. Now, Jensen Huang is the CEO of NVIDIA, the company literally powering the global AI revolution right now. He's been speaking a lot recently about the impact of AI on the workforce, and his insights provide an incredibly powerful framework for us as real estate professionals. We really need to completely change how we view this technological threat, moving away from panic and moving straight toward strategy. The crucial point here is beautifully summarized in this quote from Huang. He says, "AI creates jobs. Automating a task does not mean replacing the entire job. This is a massive distinction." Public reports of his comments basically summarize his idea like this: people constantly confuse the specific tasks inside a job with the ultimate purpose of the job itself. Take his example of software engineers. The task of an engineer might be writing code, but their purpose? It's solving problems, building systems, and creating value. When AI makes the task of coding much faster, the demand for useful software actually explodes. More projects become affordable, more people can participate. So AI is actually hiring more software engineers, not fewer, because the total output expands. We have to apply this exact same frame to your job. And this brilliantly illustrates that exact shift for real estate. We've got to break down the critical difference between the robotic tasks AI will eat up and the high-stakes human purpose a true realtor fulfills. On one hand, you have the robotic tasks: writing listings, pulling comps, drafting emails, scheduling social posts. AI will absolutely do many of these tasks faster than you, no doubt. On the other hand, we have your true purpose. And your purpose is so much bigger than a task. Your purpose is to help real people make incredibly high-stakes housing decisions. You provide clarity, you provide confidence, you provide local context, intense negotiation judgment, and above all, trust. AI can help with the information tasks, sure, but AI cannot fully replace the immense responsibility required to fulfill your true purpose. Now, if you're still a little skeptical, let's look back for a minute, because tech shifts are not a new thing. Whenever a massive new technology radically lowers the barrier to entry in an industry, history leaves clues about what happens next. The fear is always that the new, easy-to-use tech will kill off the true professional. But spoiler alert, that is never what actually happens. History leaves clear clues for us. Think about smartphones and cameras. When smartphones became incredibly powerful, the overwhelming fear was that professional photographers would just disappear. The reality? Sure, more people became photographers and way more photos were taken. But photography didn't die. Instead, the income heavily concentrated on a smaller group of truly trusted, paid professional creators. Or think about YouTube. When everyone suddenly got the power to publish video from their bedroom, people panicked that professional media would die out. The reality? Millions published content, but the trust, the attention, and the massive income flowed directly to the most strategic, consistent creators who understood their audience. AI is going to do this exact same thing to real estate. It'll lower the barrier to entry and make basic marketing super easy for everyone, meaning the surface level is going to get extremely crowded. But the market heavily rewards the most trusted, strategic pros who rise above that crowded surface. Which brings us to a hard-hitting truth. Honestly, please burn this into your memory. Information is abundant. Interpretation is premium. When AI makes data, market summaries, and basic marketing incredibly cheap and accessible to anyone, raw information loses its value. Your clients won't simply ask you, hey, can you get me the data? AI can get them the data. Instead, they will ask, can I trust your read of the data? Can you protect me from making a terrible decision? Can you help me act at the exact right time? Your ability to interpret the data is now your ultimate premium product. Okay, let's dive into exactly what this means for your daily practice by drawing a hard line in the sand. Consider the danger zone. This is where the average agent lives, and they will be rapidly exposed by AI. If your entire value proposition is just forwarding Zillow links, opening doors, copying templates, and repeating market headlines you read online, you are in serious danger because AI makes those basic tasks cheap. Now, contrast that with the value zone. This is where the serious professional thrives. We're talking pricing psychology, understanding seller readiness and buyer hesitation, applying negotiation pressure, managing timing, risk, and trust. Look, an AI cannot look a nervous buyer in the eye and tell them if a home is genuinely a safe investment for their family. That human element, that is your fortress. So, how do we actually operationalize this? Let's pivot to the action plan. Consider this the coach's playbook. I'm speaking directly to you about exactly how to step up to the plate right now. The foundational rule here is surprisingly simple. Do not fight AI. Use it. But, and this is a big but, do not hide behind it. You have to integrate it as a powerful tool, not as a replacement for your personal presence. Here is the exact playbook for your new workflow. Step 1. Use AI to prepare faster and compare wider. Let the machine do the heavy lifting when it comes to research and summarization. Step 2. Let AI improve and organize your communication. Use it to help you write, rehearse, and follow up better so you can serve your clients more consistently. But then, team, comes the magic. Step 3. Bring the part AI absolutely cannot own. Your judgment, your professional ethics, and your deep local experience right to the table. And step 4, honestly the most critical of all, sit with the client through the emotional, expensive uncertainty. Real estate is incredibly stressful. Let the machine handle the speed, while you handle the ethics, the judgment, and the profound empathy required to actually get a family into a home. As we near the end of our session, I want to challenge you directly by looking at the 3 distinct mentalities emerging in our industry right now. First, you have the arrogant agent. They're out there saying, AI cannot touch me. I've been doing this for 20 years. Let me tell you, that mindset is a fast track to irrelevance. Second, we have the lazy agent. They're thinking, awesome, AI will do everything for me. I can just kick back. That mindset is going to expose your weaknesses incredibly fast to your clients. The only mindset that guarantees your future success is the third one, the wise agent. They say, AI will make me faster, but I must become wiser. That right there is the golden rule. You leverage the incredible speed of the machine to increase your human wisdom. So, I'll leave you with this final provocative question. When someone tells you that your job as a realtor is going to be replaced by AI, do not panic. I want you to ask yourself this instead. Will I become the agent who is replaced by AI simply because I only focused on the robotic tasks? Or will I become the agent who uses AI so masterfully that I actually have the time and the insight to be trusted by my clients even more? The tools are easier to access than ever before, but success? That will still require discipline, care, and repeated professional execution. The choice is entirely yours. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, team. Now get out there and execute.